Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to HTML Lesson 2. Today we're going to be talking about semantic markup. If you recall, last time we talked about structural markup. Now, structural markup we talked about is the scaffolding of our website. So let's get a little bit on semantic markup. So first off, what's the difference between structural and semantic markup? Well, hopefully this will make it a little bit more clear. As we talked about last time, structural markup is going to control things like if we had a header, we would be doing that. It would be a structural element of our web page. Or the body. The body is going to be the overall content in the central portion of our text. We'll have page titles, introduction paragraphs, subheadings, other headings, and then also the footer. Those are the overall structure of our web page. Now, semantic markup, on the other hand, is going to be adding extra information to that text we have in our structural markup. So we're actually going to be making that structural format have more information. So we might be making things bold or italicized or add a quote or an abbreviation. These are adding information to our structural format so that it is not just, basic introductions and headings. We actually add extra information. This is going to be really important for a lot of your web pages that you are making. So why do we need semantic markup though? Why is this not actually part of structural markup? Why are there two different categories? Well, semantic markup is really important for people who use screen readers. Now, if you're not familiar with what a screen reader is, it actually reads the text of your HTML file. So it's going to be actually reading the code. Now, when you use semantic markup, you're actually going to be giving that screen reader more information so that it can understand that if you are using the strong tag, which makes things bold, it will change its intonation to match your tags that you're using. So it'll help people understand what your web page is doing if they cannot maybe see it, or maybe they like challenges. So that depends on the person though. So this is just making it easier for people who use screen readers and giving them the opportunity to fully understand your web page. Now, I'm going to throw a big list of semantic markup tags at you. Don't really worry about these. I just wanted to show this at you. If you wanted to pause the video at some point and look at these and use these, you can always find them online, but I just wanted to show them and talk about them just for a brief second, and then we'll do some examples. So there's the strong tag, which makes things bold. Emphasis, which actually italicizes things. There's the insert and the delete tags, which are really useful if you were having a sale. You could show that your old price is crossed out and you haven't inserted a new price. It's kind of a cool little tag. Strike through does something very similar to delete. Then we have two different types of quotes. Block quotes, which actually basically makes a new paragraph that it looks, if you're having more than one line, it's like a paragraph of quote. Inline is useful for if you just have a portion or a phrase of a quote. Addresses are really useful if you are going to be putting emails, phone numbers, and obviously physical addresses. Abbreviation is honestly one of my favorite tags, and we're going to do that as an example. I really like this tag, and we'll be able to, in the future, do a lot of cool things with it. Then there's also citations, so if you want to cite your work, which I highly recommend, and then definitions. So you can define a new term, and this is really helpful for people who are tracking down new terms, and also really helpful for that screen reader, as I said before. So the first example I want to talk about is those insert and delete tags. So if we look at these, if we look at our little this is our HTML code right here. It says, we are having a sale on wacky wavy inflatable arm flailing tube man. Check out this great new sale. Was Dell $50/Dell. That's a delete tag. Now insert $46. One thing to notice is that this is inside of our paragraph tag. So you can see the closing tag for the paragraph tag here, the opening here. It's actually nested within that. So don't be afraid to nest HTML tags. In fact, it's extremely useful to do that. If you looked below, though, you can see the results. So that delete tag actually deletes this $50, but still shows it. It shows it with a strike through it. And then the insert tag underlines that new price. So I'm sure you've seen websites do this before where they have how to keep the old price there to make you seem like you're making a great deal, and then they show you the new price. In this case, we're saving $4 on these awesome wacky waving inflatable arm flailing tube man. So that would be pretty awesome. $4, that's like, almost 10%, but you know, that's how it goes. So the next example I want to talk about is the abbreviation tag. Now, this abbreviation tag is honestly really, really cool. So if we look at it, the first thing we have is the actual tag itself in blue right here. It's a ABBR. Then we have a title attribute. We'll talk more about attributes in a future video. Attributes are really important, and we will be using them quite frequently. But for now, just understand this is the title attribute that we are defining what is being abbreviated. In our case, this is NASA, right? The abbreviation NASA, which stands for National Aeronautics and Space Administration. So we have our what is being abbreviated is being indicated by the title. So you see title equals, in quotes, National Aeronautics and Space Administration. Then that's all in our opening tag. Then after our opening tag, we actually put the abbreviation itself, and then we go ahead and close out that tag. So that's pretty cool. Now, you're like, why would I want to do that? And let me actually show you how that works. So if we go ahead and go to a document that I prepared, we can go ahead and take a look here. So I have my web page here that I may use this exact same attribute tag or abbreviation tag here. I'm going to go ahead and open that up, and let's give it a second. Let's take a look. Again, Google Chrome's always so slow. So we see NASA here. Awesome. It's abbreviated. Cool. Where is the rest of my information? Let's see if I hover over it. Oh, there it is. So as you can see, if you hover over a abbreviation, you'll see that it's what it stands for. In the future, we'll actually be able to make this a lot cooler when we start to integrate CSS, and it'll actually look a lot better than just this boring little pop-up. So let's go ahead and go back to and summarize what we've been talking about today. So if we go back in summary, we talked about the difference between structural and semantic markup, why we need semantic markup, and again, that is because screen readers use this a lot, and we also need to add extra information to our text, which is really important. Then we talked about some semantic markup tags like insert, delete, and the abbreviation tag. So I hope you enjoyed this video. This one was kind of leading up to the next video that we're going to be talking about, where we talk about images, links, and then we'll also talk about styles and attributes here soon. So hopefully you don't get too bored with this text stuff, because I know text is a little bit boring. Soon we'll have links, images, and a lot other cool stuff going on here too. We'll be able to change the styles. So thanks, and I will talk to you soon.